Good evening, my dear viewer. Once again, this is Dr. Paul Kibicho. And just to give you a reminder of who Dr. Kibicho is, Dr. Kibicho is a financial consultant, stroke a business consultant. Kibicho is a lawyer by training. Kibicho is a theologian by training. Kibicho is a business manager by training. Kibicho is an author, and Kibicho has got so many hats and so many feathers on his heart. Today, I want us to look at a few things pertaining to why some companies do better than others, or why some individuals perform better than others. And I have consulted for quite a number of companies, quite a number of big organizations. I've done what we call organization audits. I've done what we call business audits. I've done what we call mention all kinds of businesses. I have consulted for big organizations, corporations, and sometimes you wonder why some companies perform better than others. And it is my hope that many employers out there will be able to seize this opportunity and see how they can best use my knowledge and my expertise to make the organizations also tickle. Any organization worth its name has what we call a strategic plan. Any organization worth its name and salt has got what we call the core values. It has got what we call the philosophy. And most recently, companies started coming with what we call the charter. And basically, the charter simply means it shows how organization operates or administers its services to its consumers or customers. Now, one of the most key important ingredients in any single organization is what we call, which is very, very important, sorry, I want to remind you once again, ladies and gentlemen, that one of the key things that makes every single organization to make it in life is simply by ensuring that the customers are served by people who are motivated. The most important key resource in an organization, and I want you to remember that all the days of your lives, that one of the key things that makes any single organization to tickle is purely its human capital. I have told many employers on many occasions, I have done consultation. I consulted for the entire Nairobi County government. I want to thank the former governor, Mike Sonko. He gave me a chance to talk to the entire staff members of Nairobi City County. I was very, very happy, and I thank God for that. Then I was also able to consult for the governor of Meru. I was also able to consult for the governor. I've consulted for quite a number of organizations. And basically, consultation has been my mainstay. And I have also consulted for Tana River County Government. I have consulted for Nyandarua County Government. I have consulted for other big organizations that I will not even mention their names, including Kengen. I've consulted for them on a number of things. And one of the key things that makes any single organization to tickle or to be able to meet its objectives, because every company that operates has got what we call objectives to be met. And those particular objectives are normally handled by various peoples or various employees in various departments and capacities. And some organizations have got what we call branches. And for those who have taken a bit of time to see what I did for my doctorate as my dissertation or thesis, one of the key things I was looking at are what we call the strategies or the determinants of what we call strategy implementation success in organizations, is the aspect of having what we call harmonious operations. Now, and for instance, we have got banks that have got branches all over the Republic of Kenya. We have got universities with various campuses all over the Republic of Kenya, and some even beyond the boundaries of the Republic of Kenya. And remember, it does not matter the geographical position of a branch, or call it a branch or a satellite office. What basically matters is whether the operations are in harmony. And for the companies now to make it, or for the companies to reach those levels that they desire, there must be some level of motivation to the staff members. Most of our employers, and I'm telling you this because I have done it, and I always say, and I'll repeat it today without any fear of contradiction, that many employers, sometimes they forget the role the employees do play. In my organization, we have here Panorama Consulting Company Limited, In other areas that I serve, I work with human capital. And therefore, one of the key things that you must ensure or that you must endeavor to respect and to hold dearly is what we call human capital. But for those people called human capital to be able to deliver and to meet the expectations for which they were hired, it is then the employer to ensure that they create what we call a nice working environment, a working climate for that matter. Some of us employers, we go throwing unprintable epithets, we go throwing any words, we go harrowing words that hurt our employees, and we still expect them to deliver the expected goals or to achieve what we call the set objectives. That will become a little bit difficult. So one of the things I want people to remember, especially those who are called employers, is to embrace and to ensure that they give the employees the best environment to operate in, and also to take full cognizance of the fact that these are the people who deliver. So if, for instance, you own a hotel, you do not go insulting your employees. If you own an organization, be it a banking, be it a bank, be it a circle, be it any form of an enterprise, it is important that we respect our employees. Now, the end of the year is coming to an end. Many organizations will normally hold what we call parties. One of the things that makes me feel a little bit disturbed is the fact that many companies, what they do, they take that particular moment to buy all brands of beer that for people to go and enjoy. Fine, I have no problem with those people who enjoy. But I know of a particular organization where young ladies enjoyed themselves and they lost one of them, a very young, fresh graduate from the university. I would personally think that as much as we want to merry-make with our colleagues, one of the key things I want to remind our employers or to remind those people who are my clients is to ensure that before people engage themselves or they indulge themselves in those goodies that the organization has brought forth for their staff members, it is first of all to highlight what made the company to achieve the results they achieved. If the company was able to surpass the target they had set, what is it that made them surpass that particular target? If the company never achieved the target they had set to achieve, what are the factors that hampered, or what were the obstacles? What were the barriers? What were the hindrances that made this particular company not to achieve its objectives? So you have to do what we call the gap analysis. And any organization that will be able to do that will actually be prepared so much psychologically and in every other way that come the following year, like now 2022, God willing, we'll be able to avoid this and we'll be able to do this. And why companies keep on changing strategy, organizations are more or less the same like a football match. In a football match, the purpose of the coach and why they stay on the touchline out there is to continually keep an eye on the players and get to see where the players are not able to connect properly and, of course, to coordinate properly for them to achieve the goals. So likewise, when we have the CEO, the chief executive officer, or the managing director for that matter, the business for that particular CEO at the corporate level is to ensure that the policies they have set for the organizations are properly communicated to the business level and to the rank and file, or the shop floor for that matter, and of course to enhance and to enable and to mobilize resources so that those goals can be achieved. So one of the things that I do as a consultant is to help organizations reorganize themselves, re-energize themselves, reinvigorate themselves, rejuvenate themselves so that those goals can be achieved. And it takes a nylon to sharpen a nylon. So I'm calling upon those employers who are viewing my YouTube channel today to ensure that they get in touch with us. At Panorama Consulting Company Limited, we do what we call organization audit. We do what we call capacity building. We do what we call thematic team building and boarding activities. We do coaching, we do mentorship, we do quite a lot of things. And just before we roll up to the year 2022, God willing, I would wish that the organizations that have got their human capital at heart, they can consult us so that we can be able to give you those particular services and get to understand what it is that they can do to ensure that they achieve the set objectives. Before I conclude, what about empowering staff members on matters finances? I'm telling you, many organizations, like now, we have been reading in the newspaper almost every month that Kenyans are fully selling 1.2 billion shillings. And I've been telling people, nobody frees us buying a piece of land. Nobody frees us investing money at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. Nobody frees us actually doing something worthwhile. More often than not, the freezers are normally meant for that period of time consumption. So I normally take people through what we call the financial literacy. I'm a financial coach, and I help people realize that you should live your means, live within your means, avoid living large. You must budget your money. You must ensure that whatever you are doing, you do not spend all the money in anticipation, hoping that tomorrow will be much better. As a matter of fact, I've been telling people that today is the tomorrow you are worried about yesterday. So if you do nothing again today, tomorrow will still come and live in the same status that you were yesterday. So one of the things that we must ensure that we do is to make sure that the amount of money our staff members are earning in terms of their salaries, they use it well, they budget it well. Those are some of the things that we do cover at Panorama Consulting Company Limited. You can drop us an email at info@panorama-consultants.com. You can even call us on 0713 53465, and we can engage further and see how best we can manage the affairs of our staff members. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Kibicho once again, and you can also reach me on 0722633021. And with those many remarks, it is always my pleasure talking to my friends out there and letting them know that together we can make things happen, and no mountain is insurmountable. And what makes companies to tickle, or what makes organizations to be declared the very best, is the realization that the human capital is the one that plays an integral part of making an organization to move to the levels that they desire to. So, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to consult us, and we'll be able to be of service to you. May God bless you. And I take this early opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2022. And please take care. COVID is still there. We must observe what we call the government protocols. We must ensure that we wash our hands, we use our sanitizers, we keep social distance, because COVID is there and it is keeping on mutating. Now we are on Omicron. We do not know which other variant gonna come. So it is better. We normally say prevention is better than cure. Let's take care of ourselves. It is actually an electioneering period. Do not be so much ecstatic to a point of throwing off what we call the protocols. Those leaders that you see, they have very comprehensive medical schemes. What do you have yourself? Be wise. Be wise. And remember, if you don't organize yourselves, nature will organize you, but in a very, very disruptive manner. May God bless you. Have a good evening. Thank you. Shalom.